It was a wet night at the MCG last night, and the Cats made their move in the third quarter against the Bombers. They kicked 5 goals to 1. Gary Rowan was very good in this quarter. So too was Stengel, who had hardly touched the ball up until this point. He kicked a couple, and the Bombers went in time and time again. But the Cats defensively, their pressure was outstanding. Guelphy kicks a goal, but from that point on, it was all the Cats. As you see, Tyson Stengel kick one, and they just handled the conditions a little bit better. They were very efficient at ground level. They didn't fumble. Gary Rowan looked like Wayne Carey for a little bit last night in the wet, and Tyson Stengel kicked a couple.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought their forward line looked so much more dynamic without Tom Hawkins. Now, that's just not because Tom wasn't there, but it was the structure of it. Dempsey was really important. I thought he was the best player on the ground, but with Gary Rowan in there, Tyson Stengel, Jeremy Cameron, 11 individual goal scorers. They scored 45 points of his Essendon turnovers, which was a real key indicator for the way that they want to play. So, strong performance from the Cats, Damo.
He's thrown it around, hasn't he, Chris Scott, the past couple of weeks, obviously deconing into the ruck. And another positional change is the move of Stewart into the midfield. It just gave them a point of difference last night. I thought Dangerfield's return was really crucial. When I say return, he was suspended earlier in the week last week, got through the tribunal.
Do you feel that move, though, of Stewart is going to continue into the midfield, or is he going back?
I think he's a circuit breaker last night.
So it's to get him in form, you think?
I think so,
I think personally you do both. Like, I think the problem for Tom Stewart has been that he's a half-back and you know where he's going to play. But now if they can do this, Damo, and they can keep throwing him and testing out the opposition player. Like, so, for example, there'll be players that can't go midfield, that can't go with him, you know, like, at all. So that's where it's going to be really good for him.
Well, they would have had Guelphy set for him.
Yeah, exactly.
That magnet would have been there, and then all of a sudden he starts in the centre bounce, which I probably think they could have done a couple of weeks ago, but perhaps they didn't want that to be an admission of, OK, that we've been beaten here, but Guelphy didn't really have the capability to go on ball, is what you're saying. And his effort's been good. I thought his effort against the Blues was pretty good, Tom Stewart, and his effort again last night. So hopefully this is kick-starting his back half of the year.
Full credit for him, because it's been a really torrid 6 weeks for him in the context of his career. Now, we on this show don't normally go down the what's your decision path, but we need to on a few moments last night, because Essendon supporters were about to lose their minds collectively during this match and post it. Now, this decision, I don't have a major problem with. John Menzies has taken that ball by choice over the line, and the free kick was paid. You can see the cleverness there of the Geelong players in Dempsey and close to back away.
Just to clarify, so even if a player is within 9 metres, like they were there, it doesn't matter. So I thought the rule was as long as it's someone within 9 metres, there's no deliberation.
There's still a deliberation to be made on how it goes over. And I don't have an issue with it. I mean, let's go down the panel.
Yeah, no.
Right call, wrong call?
I thought that was the wrong call. I thought he was inside the 9, under immediate pressure, and if they didn't just put their arms out, they could have actually tackled him. So I see players confused about what.
But the rule allows that to be the case.
On the goal line all the time, and no wonder they're
under the
confused.
rules. It's not a free kick, though. But I thought he had an option, and that's, I think, what the umpire thought as well.
Other moments, and again, we've just taken a few, I suppose, random situations here to have a look at. Now, this is clearly a free kick under the rules of the game, the laws of the game. Sam Draper there has had his arms chopped by Zach Tui, and it was not paid. It was front contact, but it was the arm chop there that just had to be paid.
Huge moment in the game too.
Huge moment in the game. The ball did then ping back out and they kicked a goal, the Cats. Now, Jack Bowes, again, we've seen that paid sometimes. We've also seen it not paid. But, again, last night it was unusual.
Holding the ball, Damo.
You've got Tom Stewart here who chooses to take the tackler on and is then tackled by Jai Caldwell and just disposes of it in a way that is normally whistle blow, free kick to the Bombers. Look, they're just a few examples. There were others. It was a problem. It wasn't result shaping, but it was a problem in the context of that game.
Does it affect the outcome, though? I know it was 45 points in the end, but if the Bombers then kick the 2 goals on the back of those that should be paid, is it tighter?
Well, they've got to be better than that being the case. I hear what you're saying. When the Draper kick would have been a shot at goal, and he's a pretty good shot at goal. So you maybe take that goal as opposed to what did happen with Geelong running it down. But they've got to be better than that, and we'll have a look in a moment. In fact, we'll have a look now of the quality of opponent that they are beating this year and losing to. Now, have a look at the ladder positions of the teams that they have beaten. It's a storyline now that is going to continue to have doubts inside Essendon people's heads, given what happened late last season when they just fell off the face of the earth from a good final position to outside of it totally. And there is a lack of quality on that list right now, and they're yet to convince anyone, themselves maybe.
Yeah, that's why Friday night's so big against Collingwood. I mean, they have played in some big games with some big crowds this year, as they often do, the Bombers, but this one on Friday night, they need a scalp, I think. But I never really considered them, Lordo, as a genuine top 4 contender. I thought winning a final this year would be a significant tick on the path of where they need to go.
It would be, and for whatever whatever reason, the forward line is what's gone off. It used to be the back line a little bit, and the midfield, I think they're going pretty well, but 60 entries for 9 goals, that's not going to cut it. So their forwards aren't travelling that well at the moment.
Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. It was a wet night at the MCG last night, but the Cats were too good for the Bombers, winning by 45 points. They made their move, 5 goals to 1 in the third quarter. Stengel kicked 3. Jeremy Cameron kicked a couple. Gary Rowan was good. Peter Wright, as you can see there. Caldwell was very good. Martin butchered a bit, but had 27. Bowes was good. And this man, Ollie Dempsey, was very good last night. And he joins us on the Sunday Footy Show. Ollie, thanks for joining us. It was a great night for your footy club last night.
G'day, boys. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk through last night. In particular, your performance. You've gone from a half forward up to the wing, and it seems to have suited you.
Yeah, I'm liking my new role on the wing, and we play obviously a bit more forward side, but no, I'm definitely loving the new change.
Absolutely. So what did you train during the pre-season, both roles, Ollie, just to be ready for this, or it's just happened sort of in season?
It sort of happened more in season. Like I really was a high half forward and focusing that on in the pre-season, but we sort of don't play it too differently with our high forwards anyway, getting up the ground and back and forth. So it wasn't too much of a change, which was good, and I'm still getting used to it. But it's been a good experience for me.
And what about that goal we just showed? Did you play a bit of soccer in your junior days?
Only at lunchtime, really, in school. But I do enjoy my soccer. We love it at the club, so we have little tournaments in the off season. So I do love my soccer, so I was able to pull that out, which was nice.
It's been a roller coaster season for you as a side, and you're not the only side that has been in that boat. Started and jumped out of the blocks, winning the first 7. Then it's been up and down, and the form has wavered in the last 6 weeks. What has been the focus area for Geelong to get yourself back into form like last night?
Yeah, it has been a bit of a roller coaster with the first 7 weeks being so good and then having a bit of a not so good patch. But we sort of just focused on our own game and change a few things around with positions, but mainly just going after our own game and what we think bring all our strength to the table and play together. And Scotty's done a really good job of that, and we feel like we're trending well for the back half of the year.
Speaking of throwing the magnets around, Tom Stewart started on ball after being targeted heavily from the opposition. 23 touches, he had 4 clearances, still took 4 intercept marks and got himself back into some nice form. When did you know this move had been made?
Yeah, early in the week, I think Scotty decided to pull that, and I think wherever he is around the ball, he's going to be good for us. He's obviously a superstar of the game, and the way he goes about it makes us stand taller out there. So it was good to get him around the ball and playing that position, and he's obviously been tagged down back and still been really good for us. But it was good to get him the ball in his hand a lot more last night.
Ollie, Tyson Stengel had a really big game last night. 3 goals, hitting the scoreboard hard, but a lot of creativity around it. And he's been in the focus a little bit recently over what he's wanted us to do in the future, and all indications are now he's going to be locking away himself at the Cats. It's great to see him playing like this. This is all Australian worthy, as it was for him in 2022, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great to see him in such good form. And when he's playing well, we're such a good team. So it's great that he's hopefully locking himself away at the Cats, because we definitely miss him if he left. But he's a good mate of mine, Ty. So it's good to see him going so well this year.
Ollie, we spoke before about the free kick that you got when Jai Menzies ran the ball over the goal line and the free kick was given to yourself. You and Brad Close in that moment corralled Jai. Can you recall it and how cleverly you both did it? Now, again, I took the view that the free kick was right to be paid. Others on the panel said it shouldn't have been. But did you think it was going to be?
I honestly did. I saw that he wasn't going to... There was no point tackling him because there would be pressure and he would have rushed it anyway, and we were happy with the quick kick out of there. So I didn't think he was going to run through because I knew it would be deliberate. So I thought he was going to kick it out, but it was a good result in the end.
Yeah, smart by you. Yeah, smart. I want to ask you about your new ruckman, Sam De Koning, and what he did. I thought he was brave last week against his brother. Could never have been easy, but how have you felt he's developing in that role, and do you think this is his job for the rest of the year?
I sure hope so. Yeah, I love him. I love him in there in the centre bounces. He's like a fourth midfielder for us. He's really agile and can get around the ground, and obviously been such a good key defender for us. So taking those intercept marks and getting back as well. So I really hope we stick with him and he keeps playing, because he's been really super for us.
Now, you kicked 2 goals last night. You were setting up for your third. Jeremy Cameron ran around the back. Is there any other player that you would have given it to other than Jeremy Cameron in that moment?
When Jerry's calling for it, you have to give it. So him on his left, I was like, I can't not give it here. And my left foot's not so good, so I was like, I'll take the percentage play.
Well, he is a superstar. And you've got a mate who's another superstar, NBA player, Jaden Daniels, who's been traded this week from the New Orleans Pelicans to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yes, good mates with Dice. I played with him back in under 12s in basketball, and then I was able to get his family out to a game when he was in America, and we took him to the Easter Monday game against the Hawks. So all his family were there, which was nice. And then he's been to a couple of our games, sitting up in the box. So it was good to see him. We're watching him this week playing China, I think it is, on the 4th. But yeah, it's good to see him go to Atlanta as well. It would be good for his career.
Dyson Daniels, I should have said. I'll get that on Mediocre next week.
Hey, Ollie, I want to ask you before you go, there'll be a lot of guys watching that didn't make the national championships that are on at the moment. So just your journey of making it the hard way, and how many drafts you potentially missed, and your journey to Geelong.
Yeah, I had a bit of a different journey, obviously, and I was just playing footy with my mates down at Carey Grammar, and honestly just having fun with it. And then, yeah, we only played the 6 games because of COVID, and APS is a very good league now, so I just got lucky enough to be drafted out of there just off 6 games, and honestly I was having fun with it, and then got called by my manager 3 games in, and I was like, this is weird, like, why isn't the manager calling me? There was clubs interested, so yeah, I was blessed enough to get the opportunity, and yeah, I'm just so glad for it.
The votes from last night, I thought you were the best man on the ground, 25 disposals, and you kicked a couple. I thought Caldwell was the Bombers' best, Bowes through the midfield, and Brian Myers' second half, I thought he was the fire starter.
I can't ask Kane because he's a judge, but Damo, would this man be leading the Rising Star?
Well, he's put himself right into it. He and George Wardlaw were the 2 favourites after Reid and Darcy were ruled ineligible, Lloydie, and we know that Wardlaw missed yesterday with concussion, will miss another week, and he's seized that moment and been best on ground in a big game.
And yeah, he walks away with the best prize pack in football. Start where you love it, Brownie, at Gumbaya World on weekends and throughout the school holidays until July 21. Watch out for the Quackers. Take the family to Gumbaya, dreaming a mesmerising digital light experience and immersive celebration of Indigenous culture. There's the J-Labs, the mini J-Buds, thanks to J-Lab. The Clutch & Co. will be best dressed on the golf course with a quarter zip top and pants from Clutch & Co. Callaway looking after you magnificently well. A box of Chrome Tour golf balls and cap, thanks to our great friends at Callaway. The Travis Matthews, 2 hats for the playing group, thanks to Travis Matthews. There's the shoes, the True Linkswear golf shoes. So good you want to wear them everywhere. Check it out, truelinkswear.com.au. The bar fridges there, they're back with us. Enjoy a custom designed bar fridge to keep your drinks cool with your name on it. The Aquilas, the shoes, premium quality footwear since 1958. We are all wearing those. As always, the Cookie Box, Melbourne's finest artisan cookie shop. Treat yourself to a special delivery thanks to Cookie Box. The Platform 28. So when you're in Docklands, head there. It is the best pub in the Docklands. The Rick's Eyewear. Check out the Soho Cherries at rickseyewear.com.au. And St. Goliath, elevate your wardrobe with the best streetwear style from St. Goliath.
The best prize pack in football coming your way. Ollie, thanks for joining us on the Sunday Footy Show this morning. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks for that, boys. Really appreciate it.